Hey guys, and welcome back to the Underground Podcast. This is our episode 4. I'm Harvey.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Ollie.
And welcome back. And firstly, today we'll see in our introduction, we're going to discuss the new music of the week or anything that interested us. What did you guys listen to?
Oh, good question.
Shall I kick things off?
Go for it.
Okay. So, IMDb released an album.
An album?
Yeah.
I haven't seen
What's
that.
it called?
Her debut, it's like Swerve 5 or something.
That's
Nice.
it. Yeah, it's like Swerve with like loads of V's and then yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
What did you think?
To be honest, I expected better, but I do still like it.
I agree.
Urban Jazz is my favourite song.
Same here.
I really like that song, but I think I expected better. I think her previous stuff's better.
Do you know what it is? I just think
I don't know.
throughout her like EP, she's had like really, really great moments. Like they never all like I've never found like any EP of hers have been like one by one amazing. There's always been moments. So you always feel like when
So
it's
there's
a
like
debut
one
album,
song, but there's not.
But I don't
like
think
a,
it's enough moments on her album.
Really?
I agree, and I thought it'd be full of moments because you know, like she's had like 4 EPs now for years, so
Yeah.
you'd think there'd be like
Yeah.
not like more material, but like she'd find more inspiration of what could work for a debut album and just work with other people.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought she already had an album out. Like I thought it'd
Are you
been
sure
and
it's
gone
a
her
debut?
I didn't say debut.
You did.
Did I? I think
Yeah.
it's her debut. I think she's had a
Oh,
few EPs.
Hang on, let me check.
She's had
Some
like
Google up.
She's had like 8-track songs like that Hadoop
Yeah, she's-
song or whatever. But like, I do think it's a debut.
Don't know. I could be wrong, but in my head, that's how I'm coming out.
No, that's an album.
Oh.
That's not an album. That's 7 songs.
That's an album.
That's a prelude.
Okay, let's have an argument. What do you think's an LP and an EP?
Well, I believe an LP.
Oh, I guess actually we'll.
Yeah,
I would
look, they're
say
all
an-
in songs.
Yeah,
The next
yeah.
one's 13. Yeah, because
I'd say an LP is like over 10. We're looking at 2
Okay,
digits.
alright then.
yeah, I'm
So-
saying 10 to more. Okay, so let's just find someone to technically shut me or him down. It's either a debut album or her 3rd album.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Let's just leave it at that.
Either
But
way.
I do think she's. Do you know what I've realised recently? She's actually from like Manchester or somewhere.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
always knew that.
I always thought she was from LA.
She's friends with the Mouse outfit, and they're from Manchester.
Oh, really? I
That's
knew
why
obviously
she's
the song. Yeah.
she's featured on like a couple songs. So
So that
fair
I
enough.
wonder it's a banger.
exactly.
But yeah, I saw her live actually. She supported Lauryn
Did
Hill. I
you?
didn't even know till the day. Yeah, she supported
Wow.
her in December. She was really good, but
That's huge to get that.
I
but
know,
yeah.
right? It was her and Nao, but I actually agree with you. I think Urban Jazz is by far the best as well. There's a few
Yeah,
moments.
that's a
Love
moment.
it.
Urban Jazz is a moment. I'm
Yeah.
not sure
Yeah.
if there's many more moments for me, but
Fair enough.
I do
give it
wanna
a
find-
listen if you're a fan, because yeah.
And also, I do want to find out if anyone can tell me if it's her singing on "Give Me Everything," because her voice doesn't sound the same there, but it sounds so good, and I'm so here for it.
Oh, really?
And that's
That's
what I have
cool.
to say. What about you, Em?
Oh, that was loud. Yeah. So it's not exactly new, but over the weekend I had a little recommendation for someone new from my boyfriend. He said 3 Nights by Dominic Fike, which is actually so good. Like, it's a good recommendation. Like, it's not new. It was like October last
Who?
year.
Fike?
Fike.
What sort of
F-I-K-E.
what genre is
He's
it?
kind of like indie alternative.
Yeah, I don't really know.
Yeah, he's a weird thing. I think I might played him to you a while ago, actually. I
So
think
Maybe.
you did. You like it. I played it before, and there was like a few songs.
So it's an EP
yeah.
that was released in November last year, and 3 Nights is like the first single off it. And I went back and listened to the whole EP, and it's called Don't Forget About Me Demos, and it's so good. Like, everything's a little bit different, but it's really, really good. I really loved it. So yeah.
I actually found him a couple of months ago, around the time the EP came out, because he's on a lot of the big 2019 lists this year for like
Yeah.
promising artists, and I think 3 Nights sick as well. My favourite's actually Socks. It's a beautiful. There's like
Yeah.
a beautiful instrumental intro, and
I
then,
did like that.
The melodies, everything.
Yeah, and then
That's a good find, though, Em.
yeah, it wasn't even me though. And then another song that I found is Pretty Insane by J Gray. I don't really know how to say her name. Like, it's just a J and then it's Gray with 2 R's.
Jay Gray.
J Gray, I'd go with it. But yeah, Pretty Insane is so good. Really, really, I loved it.
Yeah.
I found
like
it
it as
actually
well.
from, I was listening to Radio 1, I was listening to like their chill playlist, and that's how I found it.
Oh, really?
And then I tried to like find her on Instagram or anything, but I can't. I tried Googling her, and all I found was her Colours YouTube, which I watched, which was really, really good as well.
I don't think
But that's literally all I can find on her. Like, so she's a bit of a mystery one, but it's a good song.
we love the mysteries. They normally do well.
Yeah, so very good.
And as for me, to be honest, I listened to the same as Ol did. I've had a few random things. Someone who really quite impressed me, I think we spoke about her last week as well, was Kalani. She dropped an EP. Quite surprised after her debut album did quite well. But yeah, she dropped an EP, and I have to be really honest. The debut, the first song, it's called Footsteps with Music Soul Child, who's also a legend. But there is literally a reference on the first verse to Amari and Icebox, and my 10-year-old self died because I stand for old school Amari and Bow Wow. I'm here for it. But yeah, I thought the EP was really good. I think she's someone who I believe, like, I was listening to it more, and it just sounds more like she's kind of understanding her roots in R&B. I feel like in the last few years, like, you've had some incredible R&B musicians, but like for me, the one thing I love about like old school 90s R&B is actually those melodies. And I just think they're so catchy, so hooked on, and I just think they're wonderful. And I thought she brought some really, really good like melodies. They sound really like modernized, but still had inspiration of old school. So I appreciate her for it. And also, if anyone wants to hear it, I think probably the best song that's called RPG with Black.
That's cool. Yeah.
But yeah, did anyone enjoy anything else though?
Yeah, so another song that was out this week was Peace of Mind by Slow Tie. He's a bit of an unusual one.
I love Slow Tie.
God, you're giving out your English rappers, aren't you, this season?
No, I liked his like last single, Dorman, and I just liked it because it was so different. Like, it was just not...
It was like punk.
Yeah, it was like punk rap.
Good,
like, that's I loved it.
I haven't actually watched it, but I do remember watching his Colours a while ago.
That's good, yeah.
And I actually showed it to my brother, and I'm not going to lie, I was not here for it. But I respect him. Like, you love him, don't you?
Yeah. I saw him at the Joiners right at the start of third year.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah. Good. Very good.
Yeah.
Do you know what? At the end of this introduction, I must have to say, I got proven wrong on something. You said last week to listen to AJ Tracy, Laverick Grove. And I rolled my eyes here because you know how I feel sometimes towards grime. And I had a friend who said to me that you brought it up and said, Harvey, you should listen to it. And he played it to me. And it's absolutely banging. And I didn't know Wandering Thingy. Is it Wandering Lights? I forgot what it's called. With Georgia Smith. It's sampled on it. It's like one of my favorite songs on the album.
Well, it's just that, I don't know, I
was here for it. Great recommendation.
Gigs dropped an album as well. You listened to that, Emily?
No, I haven't actually listened to that yet.
Oh, I saw.
Sorry,
There's a few bangers on there.
Been bad.
Yeah, there's been, to be fair, I haven't
can't
actually
say
finished
Giggs
it.
is one of my favourite rappers. Sometimes he's hit and miss. I sometimes like his voice, sometimes don't. I just get a bit fussy.
He just gets away with it. He just sort of like raps about shit, but
can't say he's the best.
He just like, he's good at the same time. One thing I would say, sorry Emily.
That's all right.
I thought he'd have better features on his album because like he's collabed with Drake before.
Yeah.
And like
Lily Allen, which is a banger.
Skepta.
Yeah,
but
it's true.
The features were not that good.
I get what you mean.
He had Lil Yachty on the song, which is quite weird.
And basically, so other than that, enjoy the rest of the show, guys. We have an absolute queen called Sugar, who we interviewed, and she's wonderful, very talented, wonderful voice, and she has some of my favourite Lauryn Hill covers I've ever heard. So, enjoy the queen.
That's a big statement. Thank you.
Cheers.
Hi guys, so welcome back to the Underground Podcast to start episode 4. I'm Harvey.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Ollie.
And today we have the lovely special guest, Sugar, with us. How are you, babe?
Hey! I give myself a clap, you know.
Sorry, we should have done that for you.
How's your day been?
Not bad. You know, same old day-to-day run-ins, all of that stuff.
Perfect. So we thought we'd get you on today, just basically talk about you as an artist and just everything you get up to basically within that. So firstly, tell our audience basically about your music, like your style of music and etc.
Well, over the years, it's changed, but I don't like to say change as in like a major change, like I've gone from R&B to like, I don't know, country, because it's not that. But
evolved?
That's the exact word. I've definitely evolved a lot. I've just found myself doing a lot more things I don't think I could have done. Adapting myself to like music that I didn't think I'd be able to. So that's been quite interesting. A lot more songwriting, a lot more exploring, and that's all down to the experiences that I've been through, whether it's in music or out of music. So it's been really, really good.
Is it more of a case of like practice makes perfect?
100%, and just shit situations, really.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That it really just helps you kind of grow, I guess. So that too.
Yeah, true. And sick. So who are your like biggest inspirations for you?
Lauryn Hill, obviously. I love Lauryn Hill. There's a Senegalese artist that I've been listening to from when I was young. His name is Youssou N'Dour. My reggae influence comes from Jacquior.
Nice.
So I have like a kind of range, but it all kind of makes sugar, if that makes sense. Yeah. So all these different,
you have like little bits of like inspiration from different places.
Yeah. So for example, like Youssou N'Dour is African and he speaks in my language, but that the type of instruments he uses in his music and the messages that he puts across influence the type of messages I put across, but in English, obviously. Lauryn Hill's obviously R&B, hip hop, rapper and stuff. Obviously, the history will tell you it's pretty much self-explanatory. Yeah. you know. And Jacquior reggae, I've been listening to it since I was young as well, and I just feel like that's a massive genre that's kind of helped. So,
do you reckon you would ever speak in your own language, like you were saying before, like
in my music? I have done with one of my songs, Smiling Coast. It wasn't specifically me, but when I perform, because he's not here, I do it anyway. And people always find that interesting, so it's pushed me to put it into my newer songs as well. So I kind of been wanting to bridge the gap between my Gambian audience and my English audience, because I feel like they're two separate ones. Got quite a nice number in Gambia, and then obviously I'm trying to break through here. So doing the both, I don't think there's any harm in it, and that's what I've been trying to do. So with a lot of my latest stuff, you might hear a cheeky line or two, me saying something in my country, and I think it's just nice to do, really.
I think that's so interesting. Like, it's so different. Like, it makes you stand out from the crowd massively, because there's no one like around here doing that, like this underground. So just puts your little edge out there.
And which, may I say, there's a few artists who I love, and they do it like even like they're like Arabic artists I love, they sing in English, but they'll like sing in Urdu sometimes, and I think it's so beautiful because it kind of gives you an idea of who they are.
It's just a different angle. Like you just see the artist differently, I guess, because that's what I've been receiving anyway. Sometimes when I'm performing and I say things in my language, afterwards people will be like, "What did you say?" Like, and it's things like that I pick up on. So
So your inspirations, obviously their career started like quite a dated time back. So it sounds like for you, obviously music kind of developed into you at a young age. What kind of age was it when you knew you wanted to kind of be a singer and kind of go for it?
I was like 16, because before that I used to dance. I was like a hip hop dancer. I was doing like competitions. Oh my god, it was mad. I was going in like cramping everything. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, have you guys watched like You Got Served? Them type of movies.
I love that.
Listen, I was that girl. And then I stopped because I just felt like I just always catch myself singing, really. Always. So I was about 16 when I did my first show. And when I did it, when I look back at it now, it was pretty terrible. But at the time,
the greatest moment in your life.
The greatest moment. And that's kind of when I knew. I was just like, you know what, I need to take it seriously. And further from that as well, I went to college and I did business, and I was just like, you know what, something's not right here. Continued that into uni, my first year, and then I just switched courses. I was like, no, I don't think I can continue. This is probably what I'm destined for. So I went along that route, really.
Did you change to a music course?
I changed to a music course. I was doing business.
Is it Solent?
Yeah. So I was doing business here at Solent, and then I changed to popular music performance. I had no idea what I was doing, but I just thought, you know what, whatever, let's just do it. Cause
sometimes you just got to go for it.
And I'm that type of person as well. I'm very spontaneous and I act on impulse. So when I've made this decision, then more time I just have to commit, and that's that. And this was one of those things, but it felt very right. Do you know what I mean? So
we have a friend similar. Did business and then for a year, then quit and did music production.
Yeah, you got to do it
it's
sometimes.
It's not looking good for the business course.
Which I take credit for, I did inspire. But speaking of the time when you were 16, was that kind of realise that you knew you could sing? Or did you kind of know before, but you just didn't take it seriously?
I knew I could. I've always known I could hold a note. I knew I couldn't do riffs like Beyonce or nothing. But I knew I could hold a note, and I knew that with practice, I'd probably get somewhere with it. And that's literally all I've done. I'm still not perfect now. I still feel like there's a lot for me to do, but I feel like finally I found my kind of lane when it comes to singing. I understand what I cannot do, and the things I can do, I just refine and just work on it even more.
So speaking of which, because I love the technicality of singing, so do you know your range?
I do know my range, yeah.
So is that something for you where you have, it's like you're still developing on now and you want to try? Like, are you better at highs or lows?
To be honest with you, if I'm completely honest, I'm good both ends.
Perfect.
I'm just strengthening the lows
Yeah.
Because my favourite instrument is the bass. And
Nice.
I love the bass so much, and the tones in which it brings out is types that I want to do with my voice as well. So I'm really at the moment working on that, especially. But both ranges I can go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
With practice, it took a long time.
Yeah, a long time coming.
To be fair, I'm a big fan of big diva vocalists anyway.
Yeah.
One thing I've learned is how they're still training to this day. to
Exactly.
still be,
Yeah, it's
like,
not like you just wake up and do it. Like
You
you
have
gotta
to train,
be
yeah.
you gotta be standing in that kitchen or that bathroom or that whatever it is and doing it like
We're not
100
all
times
Mariah Carey
legit.
who can rip a falsetto at
There we
15.
go. So yeah.
So, as an artist, do you gig a lot then around here?
Yes, for now I stopped a bit just to focus on my project, but yeah, I do generally.
Do you find it difficult to get gigs locally or?
See, the thing is, believe it or not, I'm quite a shy person, innit? So I don't necessarily reach out because I'm somewhat afraid of rejection. I've always had that in my head. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So all the gigs I've ever gotten here in Southampton and I'll get in, people have reached out to me.
Yeah.
So it's kind of been that way. So they might have seen me somewhere and then they'll reach out to me and want me at the next spot. So I've been what I can say is I've been grateful enough to have been approached by people. Yeah.
Can I be honest though? I've always struggled with that a lot growing up. Like the fear of rejection is like that humiliating underlying feeling. No. But the one of our friends told me here, I saw her applying for like internships and stuff, and I said to her like, how can you honestly do that? Because no, not me. And she was like, Harvey, the worst thing they're going to do is say no.
Until my sister said that to me, that's when I
easy.
just let loose.
Yeah,
I was just like, do you know what?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm messaging you and you and you.
Yeah,
It's
and
so
I don't
weird.
care.
It
Yeah.
just does it to you. It's so it's amazing.
Yeah, it comes to that point where you just got to go for it, really.
Yeah.
Like, and I was just only holding myself back. I still do have that fear of it, but I'm just a lot more
You're
ballsy with
losing it
it.
a little
Yeah, just a lot more. You know what? This should.
And you know
F
what?
it.
I think
Let's
us
just do
four
it.
can probably like all relate. So we're all kind of people who love music and want to work in music, and we're all around the same age. I think the only thing we all have to care about is just, I think as we grow up and mature, we'll give less of a fuck.
Oh, 100%.
Do you know what I mean?
100%. Like, I literally don't care now.
Exactly.
I have no shame. No shame. I will go and I'll say it, and that's that.
Yeah. Have you done many gigs in like different cities? Like.
Yeah, so I've done, obviously London's where I'm originally from, so I perform there quite a lot.
Yeah.
I've done a couple other places like Liverpool and Manchester. And
Do you find it different, like playing in different cities? Like,
it is different.
Yeah.
You just don't know how people are going to receive you.
I suppose if you live somewhere, you're sort of like, oh, okay, I know a couple of people are going to come. I know they're going to do this and this, like that. If you go somewhere completely new, you're like,
Yeah. Like, I remember when I went to perform in Liverpool, I was like, I don't know no one in Liverpool.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I went.
Yeah.
And it was probably one of my best shows.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
It was probably one of my best shows ever. And I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
I love it when you just don't know what to expect, or you know no one's there for you, but it just turns out to be crazy as hell. And I'm just like,
what sort of night was it? Was like you were a headline act, or like were you?
So I went on like a little UK tour.
Yeah.
So that's what it was.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's good. That's exciting.
With a couple other artists, and we went out there and other places too. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Has there been anywhere else that been like the most intimidating for you, like in certain cities? Because obviously, say like Manchester, for example, it's such a huge music culture there. It could be so different to London, where I think London would be a bit more chilled and Manchester are more rowdy.
Do you know what? I find it's the other way around. London's not chilled.
Really?
Yeah.
They have no chill.
No, I suppose it's
they
more
have
like
they have no chill. Like you could be performing. Like some of my hardest crowds were in London.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would stand there perform, and as I'm looking at you, this is how they're looking at me.
Oh, that's horrible.
Throughout my whole
yeah.
performance, and I'm like, can you crack a smile?
Yeah.
And I'll be looking at them smiling, and they're just not having it, and it's just mad awkward.
Yeah.
Or like I like to interact with my crowd.
Yeah.
I might say something, and I just look like an idiot. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's horrible sometimes, but makes you grow.
Class, whenever you get nervous, I've never actually asked anyone who performs this before, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
If you get nervous, would you look at the crowd, or do you just try and look up and be like, just go right through it, it's fine for a moment?
Nah, I'm that type of person. To get rid of my nerves, I have to make eye contact with someone in the crowd.
Yeah,
I just have to do it.
Really?
Yeah, for it to wash away, that's the only thing. That's the only thing.
Then
You
what
don't do the whole like imagine them naked, like.
Oh no. I can't imagine people
No,
naked.
it's weird. Isn't it?
I think that's
It's
weird.
weird. It's weird, isn't it?
It's like, why would I be singing and imagining
Yeah.
someone who?
Yeah,
It's weird.
it is strange.
It's not normal.
So how would you say it is for you as like an emerging artist? Like, would you say it's kind of like struggling for you to try and get in the industry, or?
I just think it's a hustle.
Yeah. If you work hard,
Bottom
you get
line,
something out
it's
of
a
it.
hustle. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm struggling. No, because I've been able to achieve a lot of things.
Yeah.
Even though I may not have got to the stage or been at a stage where it's been massively recognised, I have still done something that I can look back on and be like, rah, that was lit and I got this for it. That was lit, this took me there. This was lit, this brought me here. Do you know what I mean? So it's a hustle at the end of the day. It's just like any normal person going for a job. Do you know what I mean? Music is my job, really. Yeah. So that's how I just go.
To be fair, you sound like patient and content with like the process.
Now I am. Before I used to run home to my sister every day. Why is this not working? Stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Literally, but it is what it is. You just learn to like accept stuff.
So apart from like gigging, what else would you say, or maybe in terms of you trying, like what do you think is the best approach to kind of get yourself known as an artist?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't have the formula.
No.
I don't.
A special
really and
potion.
truly. All I can say that someone needs to do is just be. One thing that I've really had to work on is consistency, and how I'm tackling that now. Do you know what? I just have to. In a lot of the things that I've been able to do, I've just been very grateful because a lot of things have happened, and I don't feel like. Maybe I have, but I don't feel like I've put in the work like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what I would say, the best thing that you can do is just put in the work. Do you know what I mean? And just keep consistent. That's the best thing you can do. That's what I'm working towards, and really. But I really don't have the formula for it. I think everyone's just tailored, and an individual is tailored to their own journey.
Yeah. It's true. I think that's the crazy thing about music, though. Like, you say it's a job. For me, I look at it like it's a lifestyle because you really just have to not base your whole life around it. You kind of do it at the same time.
You kind of do. You do.
You have to just throw yourself out there.
Yeah, you have to put everything into it.
Because I'm not gonna lie. When I'm at work, all I'm thinking about is my music. All I'm thinking about at the end of the month, when I get this is what I'm putting it into. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Do you reckon there'll ever be that point where you can like quit your job and go full time?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%. I can't wait for that though.
Yeah, it'll be like
I can't wait for that.
You can walk in and be like, I'm not coming back. See you later.
I won't even say that to them. I'll just go.
Walk out.
You see me when you see me.
I'm leaving now. You'll see me on TV in a few years.
Hey.
So, what's been your biggest like achievement so far, like whilst on your journey?
I think one of my biggest achievements is actually being able to do what I've been able to do in Gambia. Obviously, that's where I'm from, and being born here.
Yeah,
it's a massive thing for me because I was just I just had I did the song Smiling Coast and it just kind of went its own way there. Do you know what I mean? And it just brought so many opportunities for me, for my family, just for my country in general. Do you know what I mean? So that was really, really, really special, and to be recognised for that as well.
So do you have like an audience out there?
Yeah.
So can you elaborate more on that just so our audience knows?
Yeah. Right. So back in, I think it was 2013 or 2014, I was on my way to Gambia for the first time ever. So this is the first time I'm ever going there. I'm just writing this song just for banter. Really, not for banter, but I'm just writing it on the plane. I don't know. I'm just gassed at this moment that I'm finally going, and I just write this song. And I hear about this artist. I didn't know that he's like a Jay-Z in Gambia. Do you know what I mean? I just saw him on Twitter and we follow each other, and I was like, oh, do you want to jump on this song? Casual things. Do you know what I mean? Cool. Go there, record the song. Song's out now, and it just goes crazy and ham. And Gambia's got a population of about 1.2 million. So it's a small country. But if something like that happens there, it's massive. Do you know what I mean? So once the song blew up,
you're like a celebrity out there. No, kind of. You don't want to blow your own trumpet.
What's a celebrity? What's a celebrity?
Would someone stop you in the street and be like, oh, you were on that song?
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty, like, amazing. You've been recognised.
Borderline BuzzFeed.
It's cute. I still find it awkward as hell.
Really?
Yeah, I find it awkward as... And then you get some people where... Because obviously I'm not present in Gambia, but some people would hear the song and then someone else would tell them it's me, and they'd be like, oh, shit, is that her? And then they'll all start following me, and I'm like, oh, shit. And then I just need to run or some shit. I don't know. But it's I'm not going to lie. It's been... probably the best thing that's happened to me in my career.
Yeah. Is it
best
a full circle moment for you? Because obviously you came from there to here, and now it's like you literally go there and boom.
Go there and boom. Yeah, 100%. 100%. And I always believe things happen for a reason, and it's led me, like I say, to crazy, crazy opportunities. Like one of my influences, Yusundor, he came here last year and was performing at O2, and because I did the Smiling Coast and that made me someone in Gambia, they asked me to open for him, and I was just like,
Oh my god.
Do you know what I mean? And then I got to meet him and stuff, and
That's
I'm like, I don't know
crazy.
if you guys know what you've done here, but I've just met one of my like childhood. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Do you know
It
what-
does get
so you
crazy
performed
sometimes.
at the O2?
Yeah.
Wow.
This was in August.
What was it like to perform?
Oh, it was
there?
nuts.
Was it like something like you've never... Like,
It was
must have
nuts.
been Crazy.
I literally couldn't believe it. I don't know which one I was more shocked at, performing or meeting him.
Probably both.
Did you get stage fright for it?
I've never had stage fright.
We love that. Wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm nervous as hell, and my legs will be wobbling, but you'll never notice.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones.
Do you
know
have
what I mean?
anything before you go on stage that you have to do, otherwise like it's not gonna be a good show?
Not really,
like,
you know.
Because some people have like rituals, don't they? Like I have
Yeah.
to do this, and this.
Yeah.
Like that.
Not really. No,
Yeah.
I kind of
Just
just
sort
go
of-
and do it.
By the way,
Yeah.
can I say, obviously,
Yeah.
I've known you for about 2 years now.
Yeah.
When we first saw you talking about Youth Indoor.
Yeah.
And I know, I knew it would be put on this podcast as well. But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
actually so happy for
Yeah,
you.
thank
That
you.
That is so sick.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah,
can't imagine how
it was like,
difficult it
and
is.
the thing is as well, I have never gone to see him perform. So when he was coming in at the O2 to do it, me and my mum and my dad and my sister had already planned to get tickets.
And then you're performing.
And then
there.
again, email to perform, and like, what is
Nice.
going on, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So not only is it my dream, it was like for my mum and dad to see that as well was just crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
that was
who
wild.
got in contact with you to do it? Like, was it
The
his-
organisers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
yeah,
So
they got in
bad.
contact. Yeah, it was honestly, it was crazy.
Have you had like a
It's
lot of
crazy.
like people like start following you and stuff since then? Like,
Yeah,
it's been
yeah.
a big thing.
Yeah, it did raise my following. Yeah, it raised my following. So that was
That's
nice.
amazing.
That was nice.
We love a bigger fan base.
Exactly.
So we saw recently you released your song Vibes.
Yeah.
Can you just like basically tell our audience just a bit more generically, but even maybe for that song, like what your writing and creating process is for you?
Yeah. With Vibes, I heard the song, and I was just kind of like, do you know what? This needs to be a bit of a motivational one, a feel good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And around the time when I was writing it, I was just, you get those moments as a creative where you just feel like, nah, this is probably not going to happen. Let me be realistic, kind of thing. And it was just one of those moments I was having. So when I was writing this song, it was kind of like a letter to myself,
Yeah.
Nice.
but also a letter for other people too, just to kind of chill out and
It's got like
let the
really
universe
summery,
be the
like,
let
it
the
reminds me
universe
of
be
summer.
universe and enjoy the
Yeah.
company you have, enjoy the vibes, only accept vibes as well. No negativity, no, I ain't trying to, do you get me?
Yeah.
Come in my space, you're getting cancelled, all that sort of stuff. Do you know what I mean? So that's that's where vibes come from. And for me, my core happiness has always been the area that I grew up in.
Yeah.
So that's why I shot it there as
Yeah.
well. So that was
I was about to ask you that as
yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah. That's why I shot it all there. It all came
Just organic.
to manifest. Yeah, like it was the easiest process ever, and I didn't expect it to be. But it just goes to show that like if something's meant to happen, it's meant to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's it. Though. I was thinking about it recently because
Yeah.
I don't think there's enough music that kind of touches on that topic, and I think
Yeah.
music is so kind of powerful on culture and society.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think it'd be like one of the greatest ways to really kind of shape people's minds in a way by showing that perspective. And yeah, I really rate that. I can't lie.
Yeah, thank you. Do you know what it is? As an artist, like I've always wanted to know, okay, what else can I be great at writing other than love songs? Because I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie, that's my forte. Like
Yeah.
love songs, I can write it day in, day out. Do you know what I mean? I just thought, what else could there be? There must be something else I can talk about. Yeah, I can talk about all these lovely stuff and everything, but it's just not me.
No.
Like gassing it up and blah blah blah. But then I found myself writing more about positive things, and
Yeah.
it's therapeutic for me as well. Do
I
you
can
know what
imagine
I mean?
like getting your thoughts
Yeah,
out and,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
just
yeah.
singing it as well.
Yeah.
Like,
So recently, I've been finding myself really writing about just positive stuff, and I think
Yeah.
people should hear it
Yeah.
because that's what we really need. This world is done out here already, so
I just think we need more
Yeah.
role models.
yeah.
And
So
the
why
role models
not?
aren't people on their bodies.
Mm.
So where did you exactly film it?
On my mum's rooftop.
Really?
Yeah. I filmed it on the rooftop, in the bus, at the chicken shop. And those were all
Perfect.
childhood memories for me. So I thought, let me just incorporate it into the song.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
So obviously I've known you for some time, and I've seen you perform live before.
Yeah.
But in that song, you didn't have a live band or anything. Do you still have a
No,
live band?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still together.
So how is that?
It's great. We got some shows coming up.
Sick.
Yeah.
What is it kind of like having them with you though? So in terms of like, is it like a nice moral support, or do you find like even live the quality of music can be better because there's so much in?
Yeah. The reason why I mess with them is because they get me. completely. And I went uni with them as well, so they've seen my growth, they've seen like my progress and stuff, and we've always had that relationship, me and the band, where if at any point you're not enjoying it no more, you're more than happy to keep it stepping kind of thing. But they've always seen the vision as well. So that's what's brought us a lot more closer till this day. We've had some like dry moments where there's been no shows and stuff, but these lot know that I'm working and I'm trying to get towards that. They know that they ain't a big bank behind me. These things take time and stuff. So I think the reason why they're still here is because they believe in me, which is such a beautiful thing, because you don't really get that. After uni's done, everyone just segregates. Do you know what I mean? So
is it a thing where you let them like get creative and they'll sort of contribute to the song, or is it like you do this, you do that, and you're just?
Do you know what it is? More time, they'll tell you as well. You'd think with the way that I am and how my personality is, I'd be like, I'll do this, do that, do this. No, like I'm literally be like to them, what should we do? Do you know what I mean? So a lot of the sounds that you hear, and I'm not like, I like people to be free. Do you know what I mean? And just because they're my band, I wouldn't want to be like to them, it has to go this way. They need
limit
to be
them. You want to
creative as well.
That's probably why they like working with you, because there's not.
Yeah, like I've always left that door open to them. I'll be like, look, here's the song that we're gonna do. What do you guys think in it? We'll run through it, how it's supposed to sound, and more time they take control and they're like, do you know what? Let me spice it up by doing this, whether it's in guitar, bass, drums, whatever. I'll give them direction, of course, because
it's your song.
Not because it's my song, but I look at it as a performance. When we're rehearsing, we're performing at the end of the day, so the feel's got to be right and everything. So it might just be tweaks on like the energy that I'm getting from them, or like the type of texture that I want, or the sound. Like I'm more of the down to detail. They're more of the creating the sound thing. Do you know what I mean? So I'd refine it right at the end, and if I don't like some bits, we might switch it up. But generally, we all just work together to make the performance happen.
More like it's like a collaborative team, but like you're still kind of the boss. In a way. To an extent,
it's a collaborative team.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough.
How long have you guys actually been together for? So was it when you first started uni?
No, because in my first half of second year, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't turning up because I just felt foreign. In the whole, everyone knew what they were doing. So it's not until like my lecturers was like to me, oh, you need to take a gap and come back, that I started to take my life seriously. And I was just like, okay, I need to get a band. So I kind of just went to one of them and I was just like, I need a band. Could you just help me spread the word? Not knowing that the people in my band now had seen me just, I guess, perform online and stuff. So they were messing with me from before. I was just too nervous to go to them and be like, I need a band. But once they found out that I was looking for people, they came and then we just hit it off from there. So I think this was in 2014.
Yeah.
This was in 2014.
Do you plan to have them in a lot of like the actual recordings of your songs, or would you prefer to have them always live?
They are.
Both?
They are in my recording stuff.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Do they help writing at all? Sorry.
They don't necessarily help write, but they've been involved, if that makes sense.
They have like a sort of input and control
so
over
they will hear something that I've created with like my team.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, do you want to switch it up? Do you want to add like a bit more? And they'll do that kind of thing. So I guess that is writing actually. Yeah.
Curiosity, do you have a manager?
No, I don't. I used to, but I don't now.
Do you have any manager horror stories?
I do. Yes.
If you want to share one,
do you know what it is? It's a thing where I think I struggled because I know exactly what I want.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I can see my vision. It just wasn't matched.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
You've got to have the right person to work with.
Yeah, and I'm that type of person where I didn't look at, okay, you're qualified in this, and this. For me, it's down to whether you believe in me, one, and if you're going to put in the work. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's easy for anyone to be a manager and take control and everything, and I still don't have that connection or whatever. This person I did have a connection with. She was in the industry and she was very creative and she helped me in quite a lot. I'm not going to lie to you, but there was a lot missing as well. And we did clash quite a lot. And when you're passionate about something and you see the vision, it has to be equally matched, otherwise it's never going to work. And I'm not a lazy person. I like, if I'm putting in the work, for you to equally put in the work. And where I've been doing it for quite a while now on my own, and I've been reaching out to people to do shows, I know how it works at this point. Do you know what I mean? So if you're going to join me on my journey, you kind of
need
need
to
to
fit
be
as well.
yeah, at least start off from where I've kind of put in.
Yeah.
Sort of
It's
thing.
kind of
So we
mad
clashed.
it's kind of mad you say this to me because it was about 3 days ago. I had a friend of mine literally say, because I'm like obviously like an aspiring manager in like PR
Right.
in music, and he said to me, if you want to be a good manager, the one thing you have to do is you have to believe in them as much as you do, and you have to work just as hard as each other. Otherwise, it's not going to work.
Exactly.
So you saying it now, it's mad.
I just feel like, obviously with different people, it's different.
Yeah.
But with me, I honestly don't ask for much. Do you know what I mean? I just want you to be able to show me that, like, I see what you're trying to do here.
Yeah.
I can help, and this is how I can help. Do you know what I mean? Then we're cool. But if that's missing, then it definitely can't work. And I think it just kind of, that shook me a bit. It did, because I felt like I kind of put my career in someone else's hands.
Yeah.
They didn't look after it properly, and it just kind of put me back to square one-ish.
Yeah.
So there, my trust was already broken. So for me to, I mean, I'm open to the idea of
But
having a
you've just gotta
manager,
work
but
really well.
I
I think it's
think
put you off a bit.
it did put me,
Yeah.
it scared me a little bit, because it's such a like nosy industry as well. It's such an intense industry. It's such a competitive industry.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And where you're creative and I'm at a starting point, do you know what I mean? So it's tough, and I'm having pressures all over the place already. I don't need that to be an extra thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I feel like for now, I'm good, and I'm handling my stuff the way that I like it to be handled and how comfortable I am. Unless you're not bringing anything that's going to match up to that to the table or come on a genuine tip, then I don't feel like it's necessary for me to have one. Yeah. I mean, I have my family and everything, and the necessary people that need to advise me.
Exactly.
So I'm fine, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's like your overall like aim in music? Your ultimate goal?
My ultimate goal is, first and foremost, like, I love music to the core of me, so I do it for the love. Secondly, the way that people like Lauryn Hill and the Yusundors and the Jackie have made me feel about music is the exact same way I want to make people feel when they listen to my music. That's the aim. Do you know what I mean? And with that all in a bunch, I just want to be successful at it. Not necessarily out there, but successful. I want to be able to be like, and look back and say, look at my legacy, which would be my children, and be like, right, your mum's done this, or they see for themselves, your mum's done this and been able to do this as a creative, and not, no offense, but not as a doctor or a lawyer or all these things, you get me, like as a creative. And I did it with confidence, and I did it, and I actually excelled in it. Do you know what I mean? So that's the aim.
That's amazing.
Do you have like any type of milestone though, where you look at it thinking, do you know what?
I used to, but I stopped that because
You can't compare yourself to other
No, but not
people.
even like
it's not even about comparing, but like I used to do the whole.
Desk concert or the Grammys or like a sold out gig somewhere, like anything like that, where you feel like, do you know what? When
I
get
don't
that-
know. Because
That's
when I
the thing
think
with
about
that.
those things, I do feel like it's far fetched.
Mhm.
But then another part of me is like, I could possibly get there. I've done things to.
You've played the O2. That's pretty monumental for most people.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I think as they
Yeah.
come, I start to believe a bit more.
Yeah.
For now, I just do what I need to do and see where it takes me, really.
Yeah.
I'm not too big on like saying, okay, I'm gonna be at Wireless next year. I'm gonna be at Glastonbury the next year. Do you know what I mean? If it happens, thank you God.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, life's got to be lived either way.
To be honest with you, I believe living based on everything in the future is the most dangerous thing you can do.
Yeah.
So I rate that. I just never knew if you had like practical ones. You thought, you know what? If I
Yeah.
get this,
Obviously, in the back of my head, I'm always thinking that would be really nice. Like, imagine I did get a Grammy. Do you know what I mean?
That'd be
Off
crazy.
do you know what I mean? That would be nuts.
Yeah.
But you never know. You never know.
I mean, I'd want to grow one day, something or something. But
Yeah. I think just to have something set in stone and something to look back on, like just something,
yeah.
would be nice.
So probably our final question as well.
Yeah.
Have you found overall within like your entire experience of doing this, have you found it very struggling to kind of help yourself open more doors though? Do you think you and us have been quite fortunate so far?
No, because I think I've worked my ass off.
Yeah.
Bottom line, like I know what I've been through to get to this stage, even though it may not be massive, but I think I've sacrificed quite a lot Do you know what I mean? I've had to prove things, not only to myself, but, you know, my family's always been supportive, don't get me wrong, but there's that little bit that always makes you feel like, right, I need to, if this is what I say I'm going to do, I have to actually do it with my chest and be able to make everyone proud that I'm doing it. Do you know what I mean? Not just because, you know, so, yeah, that's what I'd say.
It's not bad though, 'cause I think sometimes it can be distinctively like more pressuring to do anything. If you ever want to have any type of like career in like the creative industry, I think naturally people just kind of look at you, one thinking, oh, you're not going to do it, or
they just think it's impossible, really.
They think it's like far-fetched.
Yeah, they think it's like. Yeah,
but
that's why I get nervous sometimes when people ask me, well, apart from this, what do you do? Before I go to singer, I'm just going to be like, you know, I do a few things, you know.
Yeah,
you just never know what people are thinking or how they take it and stuff. I'm more of a person, I like to prove things rather than just say it. So I let my actions speak.
Boom, we love that. Come through.
Yes.
Can I say thank you so much?
Thank you, guys.
It's been so good. If you want to follow Sugar on any of her socials, it's
SVGA UK.
Perfect.
And don't forget to follow us on Twitter, it's Underground PC UK, and on Twitter, it's Underground Podcast UK. I'm Harvey.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Ollie.
And have a great day. Thanks, guys.
Bye.